Good evening. In the past 2 years, KPKT has worked relentlessly to solve the sick and abandoned private housing project, and we are pleased to inform the public after 2 years of hard work, Special Task Force has solved 1,044 sick projects, which amounting to a whopping 100.1 billion worth gross development values project. By doing so, we have actually saved nearly 125,000 innocent buyers that finally that their home is delivered to them. This includes most of the sick project under Prima in the past. I inherited about 34 sick projects by Prima. So as at today, we have solved 31. Only 3 more to go. And I am pretty confident by end of this year, Prima will have no more sick project. We can open a new chapter and start afresh. So in this coming July, in conjunction with the ASEAN Real Properties Conference, KPKT will introduce a new mechanism so that there will be no more abandoned housing project by 2030. This will be a new milestone because we believe it is the right time where the innocent home buyers who spend their lifetime saving, their rights and interests shall be safeguarded. At the same time, we also want to protect the reputation of our real estate industry, which we have many outstanding developers who have made the country proud by winning at least 35 World FIAPSI gold medals. Okay, so in this respect, KPKT will also take stern action against the unscrupulous or the developers who are ruining the reputation of the industry. So when we celebrate the success, the ministry will also look at how to prevent abandoned housing project from happening by year 2030. This is the first major reform. Okay. So on the second aspect, the much awaited Urban Renewal Act is we are determined to table it in this coming parliament sessions, which is going to start on the 23rd of June. I wish to remind every political parties, do not politicize these issues and don't stop the Madani government from helping the people who are crying for help. That is my statement. Okay? We have seen so many dilapidated, poorly maintained, even dangerous aging building, which is not fit for human settlement anymore. So if you try to politicize the issues, the biggest losers will be the B40 families, regardless of race, religion, or their background. So we mean well, and to those who purposely politicize the issue, please ask your conscience before you want to object. I have offered to offer them free, flat, okay, for those politicians who try to politicize the issue. Okay, we strongly advise them to bring their family to stay at the poorly maintained, dilapidated flats before they try to politicize and sacrifice the public interests. Okay, so DBKL has identified 139 area which is now badly need to be refurbished, redeveloped, or even rejuvenate. Okay, so this is a matter of national interest. We are determined so that our countries will not be a country full of slum. Instead, we want to build not only a livable city, but a lovable cities. As I always emphasize, Houses is not built by bricks and beams. Houses is built by hopes and dreams. Okay, because most of the Malaysian, they have to spend their lifetime saving just to buy a home. So do not politicize it and then sacrifice the public interest. This is simply too selfish, and it is against the conscience to do so. All right. So any question?
The SIG project,
Yes.
what is your biggest challenge in dealing with them? And if you were to advise the future or the current developers, what would it be?
Okay, we have to make sure that there must be a good governance and well-managed project management. For instance, that all the housing project, there are actually home HDA account, home housing development account. We have to make sure that money paid by housing purchaser must not be misused for other purpose. There must be a caveat on that, and whatever money paid, it has to be strictly for that particular project. Because in the past, there are many developers who undertake many projects. So when they face a cash flow problem, they try to use money paid for project A and utilize for project B. So when the project C doesn't work well, then they'll use the money to rotate or to roll. That is not ethical. Okay, we must have specific account whereby money paid for project A only for project A, so that it will safeguard the public interest. These are one of the reform. Another one is now under 1966 Housing Development Controlling and Development Act, or we'll call it Act 118. The scope of the act is simply too narrow. It only regulates housing industry, but it does not regulate other categories of properties. Everyone knows that. Okay, now, in this modern era, real estate properties doesn't mean housing per se. It comprises many categories of properties, including shop lots, okay, SOHO, business suites, service apartment, etc. So therefore, KPKT is working with REDA and other NGOs as well. We are now contemplating to introduce the first ever Real Property Development Act, which will cover many other aspects of not only home, not only housing, but also other properties. Because we believe that if it is well regulated, like what already happened in many countries, for instance, Australia, okay, they already have this act. Okay, this is the time after 70 years of independence by 2027. It is also important for our real estate industry to evolve to a more modern, comprehensive, and people-centric industry.
If we're talking about the SIG project before your ministry addressed it, how did we stand against other countries in the region? Was it quite bad? Our position?
Basically, Malaysia's situation is still manageable. One of the reasons why we have SIG project is in some developed country like Australia, they build then only sell. Malaysia is you sell then only build. Okay, so now if we want to reverse this trend, of course we know that the industry is not ready yet. Okay? I am a minister who is not only people's friendly, I'm also business friendly, investors friendly. We listen to both sides, okay, and then make the fair and reasonable judgment. So developers also plead with us. So we will start with 1090 first. So some of the developers has already start to practice 1090. Means people only pay 10% of down payment. Okay, then they only pay the balance 90% upon CCC or collecting their keys. Those developers who support this policy will be given incentive like fast approval, etc. And also to encourage some to build. But we also have developers who already practice build and sell. For instance, Bandar Utama. Okay, Bandar Utama, they didn't sell and build. Okay, it's always that they complete their properties then only they sell. So this, of course, we have to take care of the entire industries, and it is a process. Slowly, okay, the evolving process will take place. Then this is one of the challenges.
You said earlier in your speech that we have world-class developers, right?
Yes.
We must be very proud of them, right? But how do we, again, compare to other countries in the region?
Okay, compared to other regions, I will say that Malaysia's real estate industry has actually doing well, and ready to actually explore to go to global stage. For instance, many of the major urban renewal development in Australia are actually built and completed by Malaysian developer. For instance, SP Setia, OSK Properties, who built Melbourne Square. Okay, even this Sai Darby in the Battersea, London. So it shows that Malaysia developer has very high quality. Okay, many of them has even score QLASIC score above 80 to 85, and we are quite confident now. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim is going to launch the country's largest affordable housing projects in Penang in this coming July, whereby that project, from the reliable sources, I am pretty confident that the QLASIC score will be above 90, because they are using the latest technologies of IPS, which will guarantee a world-class qualities, but at an affordable price. And this will happen in Penang to cater for the youth and also the foreign expatriate who are actually working at the Southeast Asian Silicon Valley. So this project is called Rumah Bakat Madani. We want to keep to ease our brain drain, and then we want to offer affordable but high quality affordable housing to young Malaysians. Yeah.
Is it taking into consideration what we learned in Australia?
Yeah, of course. Life is a long and a lifetime long learning journey. There's a reason why I always participate in Radar Institute study tour, because only when you humble yourself to learn from the best in the world, and then only you know your own weakness and shortcoming. We are not embarrassed to learn from the best, regardless of who they are, which country they are from. I'm only interested in the best practices that can benefit Malaysian. So yeah, that's why you can see that we have made many reforms, and KPKT been selected by ICU Prime Minister Department as the best performing ministry last year, and the ministry also being the first ministry in history to win the National Development Award. And we are flattered and honored by the visit of Tuanku Agong's Princess, Tunku Aminah, to our office last week. And this shows that it is a remarkable recognition even by the royal institution. So we will continue to do our best and make Malaysia proud. And we are pleased to announce that after next week, KPKT will represent Malaysia to run for UN Habitat presidency. If we win this election at the UN Habitat General Assembly, this will be another world-class achievement after 30 years or 3 decades. Because so far, after independence, only 2 Malaysians has been given the honor to lead and head a world body. The first leaders is Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, who was the UNESCO president in 1994. His handsome picture is still hang out at UNESCO's headquarters in Paris. The second Malaysian who has achieved such the achievement is Tan Sri Lazari Ibrahim. He was the president of UN General Assembly in 1996. So after that, we have waited for 30 long years. So finally, under the Madani government, under the Prime Minister leadership, we are extremely thankful and grateful to Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim because of his prowess in his diplomacy, outstanding diplomacy skill. So we have managed to generate and garner support from many countries, including China and other world superpower to support Malaysia's candidacy. So this will be an honor for the country, and we hope on the 30th of May, we will bring good news to Malaysian. It's worthy for us to celebrate. We will be the UN Habitat Presidents. Then we will help to shape the global policy on housing and sustainable development. All right? I know you're very tired. Sorry for that.
No problem.
Maybe I have another question.
Yeah.
Something not so related to
Then not for tonight.
Can let me ask?
No, what is that first?
The my kiosk, because they say
Oh.
that trees have been cut down to put a row of like 30 over my kiosk near the old playground area.
I think today JKT has issued a statement. I will strongly suggest that you refer to my local, because we have done a comprehensive reply. So please publish that. All facts and figures are there. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.